So we got a look at some brand new Studio Series boxes. These are Transformers Studio Series that are coming out in 2025, and Hasbro decided, you know the good old numbering system on the boxes that we used to have? Well, we're gonna scrap that to make a different box. And I just wanted to air out my concerns. I don't know, I guess it's in a hope for change, but something just doesn't work with these. We take a look at, let's say, Hatchet here, right? Hatchet is coming out, I think, early 2025. What a beautiful box. It's the same style of box as all the other Studio Series, and it looks like Hatchet, it looks like a Studio Series box. I guess it gets everything you need, and here's the key thing. It says who he is, right down here, and it says what number he is. Or you know what, here's an even better example. This is the upcoming Studio Series 116 Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. Now, it's a horrible image, but on the box you can quickly see that yes, it's a Bumblebee, and there's a lot of Bumblebees in the Studio Series line. In fact, this is the second Bumblebee that looks like this from the Bumblebee movie. So right, they could get really confusing, but you know what? I'm not feeling too confused because right here it says 116. I know exactly what Bumblebee I am looking at on first glance because of that beautiful number. Well, let's go back to the brand new box design, and I grabbed the ones that show the front and the sides. So right here we have the upcoming Studio Series Sentinel Prime, which is in the main line, right? The one on the left here is going to be a main Studio Series release, just like that Hatchet and Bumblebee I just showed you. But do you see a problem? I definitely do. Now, granted, it checks all the boxes. It says what movies he's from. It says it's Studio Series, and it does indeed say it's Sentinel Prime. And I'm not complaining about the box art. I mean, they changed it up just to keep it fresh and new. I guess I get that. But there's plenty of blank space anywhere on this box to say, hey, let's put a 3-digit number right here. I don't know what number Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime is. Guess what? If, in another 5 years they say, we really want to revisit this character in the Studio Series line, and we're going to make a brand new Sentinel Prime, well, guess what? We don't know. It's hard to tell at first glance which Sentinel Prime we're talking about. Now, granted, that's probably not going to be a worry with Sentinel Prime, but I think that Bumblebee I brought up earlier was a great example. How many Bumblebees are there in the Studio Series line? It's nice to have that number to distinctly know which one we're talking about. I don't have to say what year it's from. I don't have to... Right? Do you get where I'm coming from? Now, let's head down to the next box. This is a brand new Optimus Prime coming out. I think he's from the Transformers Studio Series 86 line. Now, granted, I don't think anyone's going to get confused with this guy being a Bayverse character, right? It obviously says Transformers the movie down here, but it's like, well, what number is he? And these boxes are so similar. There's, other than the movie down in the bottom left corner of the boxes, it doesn't say, which number they're from, which line of the Studio Series they're from. We're going to get confused with the main line and Gamer Edition and 86 line. There's nothing to separate them. Then right here on the right, this is kind of a package refresh, I guess. It's a new subline of the Studio Series, where they are going back and re-releasing some of the old ones. This one was fine for me. When they said that they were re-releasing some of the old ones, and this was the new box for that new line, I was fine with that. We already got their numbering systems from their previous releases, and now that they're just re-releasing them in a second line, okay, they changed the boxes for that one line, great. But now that they're changing all the boxes to look like what they did to Overload here, well, it just adds more and more and more layers of confusion. So the moral of the story is, I like the boxes. I'm fine that they're changing up the design. But it's just a simple little number that helps keep fans like me, keep them straight. There's over 100 of these suckers now, and if they want to keep adding to the line, it's nice to know which ones we are talking about. Granted, they've done a horrible job at doing their number system, right? I mean, going back to that Hatchet I introduced at the beginning, he was supposed to be number 49, but because time and time went on, well, oh crap, now he's magically on number 117, right? Their numbering system was not perfect. You know, the new Bumblebee that I also just showed, I guess. Man, I chose some great examples. The new Bumblebee, uh, his images online say number 117, which is the exact same number as Hatchet, but the main actual real life boxes say 116, right? So their numbering system was far from perfect. But you know what? It got close. It was close enough for us to understand. It's like, okay, this is one of the brand new ones in the Studio Series line, and not just one that has been sitting on a shelf in Walmart for 5 years. You know, I mean, it's just the little things that really help, and that numbering system was something that really made Studio Series pop. Another thing with these new boxes, they're not including the backdrops anymore. Boo-hoo, so sad. I don't think anyone really saved or did anything with them. I know all my backdrops are just sitting in their boxes up in an attic, right? So it's not the end of the world that we don't get the backdrops anymore. I mean, sure, it kind of removes a little bit from the Studio Series, but the numbering system is just so sad that it's going bye-bye. And yes, you just listened to a Transformers fan rant about boxes for 7 minutes. So with that, see you in the next one. I want something to change. I need help. My brain needs help processing what numbers, which Studio Series these guys are. I want the numbering system so bad. See you in the next one though.